YouTube. Fries without a shake. That's a good one too. Hell yeah. Gold, absolute gold. Hell yeah. Yeah, fries without a shake is good. Okay, let's see. What are we working on today? I'm going to turn this down just a little bit more. Oh, thank you, Priscilla. Here, I thought I had all my ducks in a row. Should have known. Thank you. Change the category here. Yeah, we'll go C++. Game development. Let's go pixel art. Raylib. Thighs without a cake. Your bestie, but your bro. Hell yeah. I love Crystal Castles too. They're so good. I saw them at South by. So for a while, they were like my favorite band in the world. And we went to South by Southwest. It was our first time there, and I saw that they were playing at Stubbs, and I was so fucking excited because this was when they were like, I was just listening to Crystal Castles all day, every day. And I was like, fucking holy shit, they're playing at Stubbs when we're there. And I had listened to some live at Stubbs, like Mattis Yahoo. I listened to his live at Stubbs a lot, so I already knew Stubbs. I think Ween has a live at Stubbs as well. So I was so pumped to go see them at Stubbs. I went by myself. No one else really knew them or knew who they were. So I like walked from our Airbnb. It was like a 2-mile walk to Stubbs. We get there and they come out and they just had like sound problems, just like nothing was working. And they just sort of like stood there and like they had like a tech on stage, like troubleshooting shit for like 20 minutes. And they just left. They just left the stage. Didn't play a single song. It was so sad. I haven't had the opportunity to see them since then. Yeah, I don't know what the I remember reading an article about it after, and it was basically just like, I think that is the place. I think it is the barbecue place. They have shows there like outside in the back. Yeah, it was so sad. I was so sad. They're such a good band. Okay, so what was I working on here? What was I working on? Let's see what we got here. You guys won't hear the game, by the way. Oh yeah, I made the maggot white. He looks a little bit less poopy, I think, being white. We got like a lot of nice kind of floating and shit going on. And then the pelts are kind of going to be the currency, or at least in this first part. I kind of have the whole sort of first zone, the first area sort of like thought out in my head. So I got to make some art for this pelt. I think I should move this down a little bit. This text, and yeah, lots of shit to do. Definitely less poopy. He does look better. Hey, yeah, I agree. I think it's better that way. I also was thinking, just to see how it looks, I'm gonna do the same thing with this guy. I'm gonna reverse the white and black. Maybe let's start with that just for fun. This is pretty effective. I really do like how it looks now, but just to see it. Let's duplicate this. Fuck, is this Gestafelstein? Gestafelstein? Yes, it is. Fuck, he's so good. Maggot pelts. Yeah. easier enemies will give you less pelts. Maggot the happy turd. Okay, so let's do this. So let's go here. Let's just pick a random color palette. Doesn't matter. Bum, 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 bam, bum. So what we'll do is let's start by making this a different color. And then we will outline it. Or wait. Go here, there. We'll do that. And then should we give it, we'll give it a bold outline. Oh, but I only want the outline. Or no, I think that is right. And then hold up a sec. I'm trying to think here. So then everything that is black, we can turn white. Okay, I'll have to, let's do this. Wait, no, I might be doing this wrong. Hold on a second. Let's just see. And then everything blue will turn black. Is that right? Oh no, I want this blue outline here to be white, I think. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. No, I did something wrong. Okay, how did I do this with the maggot? Here, let's just delete that. So with the maggot, I put an outline around the outside, and then I just inverted all the colors. So let's do that. Is there any way I can just outline? Oh, that's cool. You can actually go like choose your sides that you're outlining on. That's really cool. But I think I'm going to have to just manually outline it. Yeah, that does happen. That was happening actually. Because you have that one little opening, so it fucking fills everything in. I love this kind of music. Okay, so we'll do a manual outline here. We'll do it a couple pixels thick. I'm probably going to end up not changing this and just leaving it how it is, but I do just want to see how it looks if we invert the colors on this guy too, because the maggot looks better, but it might just make more sense for a maggot to look more white than and this feller. One little opening. Layrina, what is up? Good to see you. Everybody follow Layrina. You too love this song? Sorry, I have goldfish brain. I can never remember what I said 10 seconds ago. Okay, we'll go over it one more time just to get it double thick. This is a banger too. I love this song. Okay, so now let's go here. We'll invert the colors. Wait, what? Why is it turning all black? Oh, is it because... Oh, shit. The black isn't actually black. It's just nothing. Okay, hold up. So what we'll do... go there. Let's see. There we go. Okay, I think that'll do it. Okay, so then now we'll invert the colors. No, it doesn't quite work as well. Could be kind of neat. I think that works better. Maggot looks better the other way, but I think this guy looks better original. What do you guys think? Turtlicious. How dare you? Less turderoony or love the song. Yeah, hell yeah. Everybody follow Arena. Yeah, I'm terrible at it. I forget what I said 10 seconds ago, and then someone responds, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Back to paint lurking. Hell yeah. Enjoy. Original needs more brown. Yeah, original's better, but Maggot works better like this. Okay, cool. It is settled. I made another guy too. I don't know who or what he's going to be yet, but I think he looks kind of cool. Let me find it. This guy. His head's got to be bigger, though. He's kind of creepy looking. Okay. Cat's been catting. What'd you miss? Not much. We were playing with... I made the Maggot white. So he looks like that now instead. So then I think he looks better. So I was trying to see just to see what this guy would look like also white if I just inverted the colors. But I think he looks better black with white outline. Yeah, he's got a face. He's got a couple different faces. So depending on what note he's singing, here I can show you. I'll show you in game. So based on what note he sings. Oh yeah, you can't hear it right now. You can't hear the game. Sorry. But yeah, different face based on the notes. Black with white lines for the win. Yeah, I agree. Budro, good to see you, dude. Let's get a shout out for our old Budro. Looks like a random encounter. Yeah, he might be. I have a couple ideas. I thought it'd be kind of cool because the game is like it's going to be like music based for the battles. Yeah, you're not the first person who's said that. He looks less poopy now that he's white, but the Maggot definitely is poopy looking. Might still have to change him. Old Bud, eh, Bud? Go for a rip, eh, Bud? I thought it'd be cool if at one point you like meet someone and they're kind of saying like, oh man, how did that song go or whatever? And then you get to like actually make the notes. But then later on in the game, you have to like fight that guy with the song that you made earlier. That'd be kind of neat. So maybe he'll be that, or maybe he'll be like a guy that sells you shit. I'm not exactly sure. I'm kind of just like fucking around and making random images and seeing. I'm trying to make it look not too much like Faith, though. I originally had him kind of like this. But that was looking too much like the game Faith. So then I had to give him like a cloak and a staff. White poop is a medical condition? Wait, what? I thought it was supposed to be white. White and red, right? Too much bone in the diet? That's definitely my problem. Well, yeah, I guess when you mix when the red mixes with the white, it turns a little purple sometimes. Okay, anyway, so let's get back to it. Loot box is working. Okay, I do need to do some not super riveting stuff. I've been getting some weird bugs, so I got to go through and just check a bunch of that all of my values are being initialized properly here. Starting with the battle and then moving down. Okay, so let's just look at all of these values and make sure they're initialized properly. So resources gets initialized, music gets initialized, battle box does, track does, notes we don't need to initialize because it's a vector that gets initialized automatically. State should come after track. I like to keep my shit in the same order here too. HP and max HP. Those are both initialized. Timer. It's a float. We'll initialize it like that. Next note. Okay, max beats is an int. That after timer. Next note is size T starts at 0. Good. Sound active false. Sound active timer initialized as a float. Shake effect. Camera 2D camera. So does camera get initialized on its own? Camera's just a struct, I think. Might have to ask ChatGPT. It's just a struct. Does it have default values though? Let's ask Claude. White with red streaks and some gothy grounds. Okay. That's normal. Thank God. We'll never stop releasing bile into the GI tract. First official number 1 in the UK, Bristol stool chart. I think it was this conversation. Do I have to initialize raylib types like rectangle, camera, it's set, or are those default constructed like vectors? Joe Brand, I know that name. Other types, plain C structs, they have no constructors, so they do not default initialize. They get whatever garbage memory, same as float or int. So always initialize explicitly. Okay. Zero initializes the whole struct without having to spell out every field. Good habit for any C struct used from external libraries. Okay, that's good to know. So we do want to default initialize these. Okay, so we did sound active timer. Yeah, shake effect. Oh yeah, so then how about I have some types with default values. I should say classes. Do I have to initialize those, or will they be initialized with the defaults? Here is shake effect. Oops. .h, for example. Joe Brand. I definitely know those in-class default values are fine. They'll be used automatically if you don't specify anything. So shake effect as a member doesn't need to be in the initializer list. Okay. Okay, perfect. So I just need to initialize so camera, do that. And then white flash should also be fine. Okay. Make sure that didn't break anything. So I started smoking again. I gotta look her up. Oh yeah, her. I've seen her. She's amazing. She's super funny. For some reason, I think she might have been, I could be totally making this up, but she might have been at Jules Holland when we were there. Okay, that's working. Okay, so battle seems good. Let's go to battle box. Oops. Okay, so resources. I love this song. She's been there a couple times. Okay, rect, state, top rect, middle rect, bottom rect, all constructed. Enemy name. So vector of splotches we don't need. Enemy name gets constructed. Music time, seconds per beat. Loot box doesn't have to because it's an optional. I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Standard optional default constructs to empty automatically. Okay, perfect. Music time, seconds per beat. Loot box is an optional, so we don't have to initialize that. Okay, so that should be good. Okay, so then what other types? I guess just top, bottom, and middle rects. Just rect and char riders. Those are both initialized. We're good there. rect, sprite, black rect, lerp, and black rect height. All good. Okay, and then the other one would be the bottom battle rect. So rect. We got two vectors, HP Rex and disappearing Rex. Don't need those. Rex revealed, revealed timer, and max HP all initialized. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. What other types? Okay, I think that should be good. I was getting a lot of weird bugs for a while there. And I think it was because of things being initialized with, or I was forgetting to initialize stuff, so it was just initializing to, or it was just grabbing whatever garbage was in those memory addresses. Cool. Okay, that's all working. Okay, so all right. One thing that I do need to do is right now, even if I beat him with only if I beat him with just one extra, it'll still say 2, I think. So however many you beat him with, dropped 1 pelt and 2 more. So we need to take that value. We need to read from that value of how many extras we got. So let's go to battle box. That'll be in handle end. Is there no? Is that in battle maybe? Uh-oh. Trigger end? Trigger end, that's what it's called. Okay, the maggot succumbed to its injuries and died. Loot box. Oh, so does loot box? Loot box probably has its own. Here we go. Okay, so extra pelts we pass in. So what we'll do is we will pass in okay, so we'll do this. We'll do int extra pelts equals negative HP. We're gonna have to pass HP here somehow. Let's see. So I'm not actually holding on to trigger the end. Let's do this. So let's go battlebox.h. Let's add an HP at end value. And then when we trigger end, okay, and then we'll say HP at end equals, it's going to be negative HP. And I got to not forget to initialize this. HP at end will initialize to 0. And then in trigger end, or wait, in, where is this loot box? So we'll go, if HP at end is greater than 0, or wait, we'll do this. We'll say, we'll go int extra pelts equals HP at end is greater than 0. And if it is, it'll be HP at end. Oh, Jesus. Or it'll be 0. And then we'll go extra pelts. All right, so let's see. Yeah, Baby Reindeer was so good. Anna and I just finished season 2 of Severance. Really, really enjoyed that show. That's one of the best I've seen in a long time. Ben Stiller, man. Fuck, he's such a gem. So if we, let's see. Two more. Okay. Now let's beat him with one extra. 3 episodes away. It's awesome. I really enjoyed it. It was super dark. Yeah, I should watch it again too. We started watching one last night called Something Terrible is Going to Happen. It's like a horror, a little bit cheesy, but pretty good. And 2 more. Okay, so it's still saying 2. Let's just print extra pets. Parks and Rec. Hell yeah. I never got super into Parks and Rec, but big Office fan. Same showrunner, I think, who made those 2. No binge policy. That's probably good. Okay, so extra pelts, we're getting the proper value there. So there's something wrong in the actual loot box code here. Oh, here we go. And blank more. So then it'll be extra pelts. There we go. Let's try this. Pretty sure Ron Swanson's your dad. Hell yeah, dude. Pretty sure Ron Swanson is my spirit. We also want to watch Pluribus. I've heard that's really good. That's the new, what's his name? Vince Gilligan. Okay. And then if extra pelts is 0, we should have a different message. So let's see. Wouldn't want to watch it again. Isn't it crazy that the guy who plays the main character is the actual guy that happened to? And he wrote it too, I think, right? There's a couple episodes of Black Mirror that are like that for me, where I'm just like, I do not need to ever watch that again. But yeah, that show was fantastic. It was so good. Like, they did such a good job of, like, you can kind of relate to everyone in the show. You know what I mean? Like, they really humanized both sides of that whole thing. Can you do, hey, Southpaw, do you know, oh yeah, Requiem for a Dream? I've seen that a bunch of times, but that one is fucked. Do you know, can you do logic in an initializer list? Like, could I do, like, if I wanted to have a different string here that I'm passing into this char writer constructor, can I do logic in this like block here, or would I have to have like a static like script level value or something? Such a good movie, man. Fucking what's his name? Darren Aronofsky, one of the greatest greatest directors of all time. Should be fine. Okay, let's try this. So let's go let's just go here, standard string. We'll just call it string 2. And it's going to be standard format. It'll be and bloop. Or wait, no. It'll be boom, 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 boom. So we'll do extra pelts greater than 0. And standard format and blank more, or whoops, or actually and no more. Oh, maybe I might have to do this. I might have to do this in the constructor body here. So we'll just do this. We'll say boom, 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 boom. Then can we just do char writers? Char writers 1 equals string 2. And then I think we use do I need to use move there? I wonder. That na 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 do 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 do. Fuck, that's a great song. Sit in this sad cut conference room chair in the hotel, eat your feelings in a bucket of ice cream. Walk. Yes, that sounds fantastic. Where are you at? You're in. You still in? Where were you again? I'm gonna ask ChatGPT this as well. I want one of my char writers have a different message based on the extra pelts value. I'm initializing both in the initializer list, then switching out the second one in the constructor body. Is this the right way? Or should I not initialize that second one in the initializer list? McAllen. Once in the initializer list, then the first constructor is waste. First, just do the conditional inline in the initializer list. Oh, I can do it right in there. Oh, that's cool. Sweet. Okay. Awesome. So, whoops. Whoops. What did I just do? Okay, let's see that work. Make sure that works. All the border customers. Hell yeah. Is McAllen right on the border? Okay, cool. Now let's get one where we beat them with 0 extras. Make sure that works. That's cool. Perfect. Perfect. It's working. I didn't know you could use ternaries right in a constructor. That's fucking sick. I love ternary operators. That's my shit. That's my shit. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, we got to do the pelt. I did that. Might do that later. We checked the initialization. I don't know if I want the track to bob up and down. I think I might leave it static for now. New font. That is something I got to do. I got to do this enemy class. That's on my list for this afternoon. I suppose we could try and do some pelt art. Okay, so what's a ternary operator? Judge languages that lack. Does Python not have one? All right. I'm glad you asked. Let me show you here. So let's do this. Let me find. Let's see. Where could I do this? We'll do this just in the constructor here. Okay, so it's basically a short. It's a shorthand way of writing like an if-else statement. So we can do something like this. So what this chunk of code here does is it creates an object. The object is called, I called it BattleBox. And basically what this object is, BattleBox isn't the greatest name, but it's basically it's these three boxes. Initially it was going to be just one box. That's why I called it BattleBox. But it handles drawing this text, animating this thing, dealing with the HP rectangles and all this shit. Okay, so that's what this chunk of code does. It creates a new one. Okay, so one of the values that I pass to that constructor, which means like when I make that battle box, I can give it some values. One of the things that I pass into it is this max HP value up here. Right, and that determines how many of those little white boxes it's going to draw. Okay, so let's just say I wanted to do something different based on the number of HP. So right now it's 12. So let's say I could write something like this. I could say, so let's make a string. We'll just call it message. String is just some text. And I can say if max HP is greater than 10, then message equals hello. Then I can say else message equals cheese. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll print the message. We got to do this here. The fuck is going on here? Basic string to const char. Why doesn't doing this work? Format string is not a string literal. Whatever, that's fine. Okay, so right now the HP is 12. So we should see when I run the game, we should get a message in the terminal that says hello. Wait, I haven't got to the ternary operator yet. Let's just see if this is going to work. Okay, something's not working. It doesn't like my string. Of course, now that I go to try and explain something very simply, it won't fucking work. Let's just do this message. Let's just say S, const char pointer S equals message.c string. I don't know why it's giving me grief here. Format string is not a string literal. Why is that not a string literal? Jesus Christ. I'm trying to explain it, but I'm running into problems with the compiler. It doesn't like this. It doesn't want me to print this for some reason. Let's do this. Let's do let's do, is it standard C out message? Oh my God. Sorry, Knights of Knee. I don't know why. I don't know why it won't print our message. Standard print F. Okay, maybe let's try this. We'll just do this. So if max HP is greater than 10, we'll just do the print right here. Okay, and then... Okay. Fucking Christ. It's going to be a 45-minute explanation for the simplest little thing. Okay, so now... Okay, so you can see our little message here. It printed hello. Right? Because max HP is 12. Now let's let me go here to battle. Let's go 3 now. Oops. So now we should get a different print. Yeah, exactly. Just compiling. All right. So now it says cheese. It printed our thing cheese, right? So that's like an if that's an if else statement. So what a ternary operator is you can take this, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines basically. Jesus Christ. Now this is where it's not going to work because I don't know why it doesn't let me, I don't know why printf isn't accepting my strings, but usually what you would do is you'd be able to say, okay, we have a string message equals, and then what I can do is I can say, I check my condition. So I go max HP is greater than 10. And if that's true, then message is going to equal hello. Otherwise, it's going to equal cheese. So it's a 1-line way. We're doing the exact same thing that we did in 5 lines, just in 1 line. But I don't know why it doesn't like no viable conversion. C string. I don't know why this doesn't work. Format string is not a string literal. Okay, we gotta ask ChatGPT. Anyways, long story short, it is a shorthand way of writing an if-else statement. I'm getting an error. Out of standard printf expects a string literal as a format string passing a variable. Oh, I see. C++ quirk, I see. So I got to just go %s. There we go. Okay, so then now HP is still 3, so we should see it prints cheese, right? And then if we switch our HP back to 12, recompile it. It's just like a, yeah. It makes kind of what you're doing a little bit clearer, and it's just like a single line. It's just like a nice thing. So now we get hello, right? So if you're ever like setting one value based on a different value, you can use a ternary operator, which just does it in 1 line, what it would take 5 lines to do with an if-else, if that makes sense. But some languages don't have them. But what I just learned was that you can actually pass that. So in loot box here, so I make these, I have an object called char writers, and those are the objects that like write out the text one character at a time, I can actually use a ternary operator right in the constructor, if that makes sense. So this is my ternary operator. I'm checking, is extra pelts greater than 0? If it is, then the line that this thing is going to write out is and blank more with extra pelts. Otherwise, if extra pelts is 0 or less, then it just says and no more. That's the basic idea. Need %s as formatter. Yeah, there we go. I got it eventually. Out of cheese error. Okay, so what were you thinking about doing? Some pelt art? Let's see if we can find a animal pelt image. It's got to read. Got to be something that reads. Let's see if there's a pixel art one we can find. I think Inscription has pelts, but I don't want to. Yeah, here's the pelts. Something like that. I like the kind of folded look of it. Yeah, so it can be versatile in a way, exactly, because you can't do an if-else statement in a constructor. But I just learned that you can actually do a ternary in a constructor, which is sweet. I didn't know Python didn't have them, though. That's so lame. Lua doesn't really have them, but it kind of has them. It's called the and/or idiom, which is basically a ternary. Lua is a weird language, but it's kind of cool. I think I prefer it to Python, but I've also written, like SPACEMAN was 10,000 lines of Lua. I've only written like maybe 1,000 lines of Python total. You know, I actually have a coyote pelt in my house. I could probably use that. Foo equals bar if Baz else. Yeah. Yeah, give me I want to fucking. I want to fucking. So it's basically an if else just on one line. Let's use this one for now. This looks kind of peltish. I don't know why he's like that, man. I have no clue. No clue why he's like that. Okay, let me see. What do we got here? What is this? Is this the one? No, that's a chicken. That's a fucking chicken. Okay, that's the one. I'll rename that. We'll just call it pelt.jpg. Okay, and then let's ffmpeg this. So how big do I want it to be? What is the... It will not have to be this big. This is 176 by 112. Let's try like 64 by 64 and see how that sounds. So, what is it? FF probe? Yeah. What are the dimensions here? 800 by 533. Okay, so let's go FFmpeg. Input will be pelt.jpg. We're going to do video filters, scale equals, we'll go 64 to -1. I think that locks the aspect ratio, and then we'll call it, let's just call it scaled pelt.png. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it worked. Nice. Okay, and then we'll open that in Sprite. Let's just pick some random color. Do green. I don't know if this will actually look good. We're going to find out. We don't need that ruler or whatever the hell that thing is. Nobody at all. Oh, fuck, I'm an idiot. God damn it. Fuck, I do this all the time. Didn't make a new layer, but I should be able to just go here. There we go. Can take a little work to make that look like a pelt. Not sure that's gonna translate. Let's try just a little bit of a dither here. Let's just see. So darker shit. Fill in this dark stuff here. Actually, let's go another new layer. Let's call it texture, I guess. Color in all the real dark shit. Then we'll dither out into the lighter zones a little bit, and we'll just see. But I might need a different reference image. Okay, so then everything that's like let's just see here. We'll take like this kind of chunk of dark stuff. Boom, and then let's take another random color. We'll say dither it out to there. Let's see, this might not look good. Okay, so then we'll select this, and actually we'll go here. Boom, and we'll go here. Boom. Boom, and then extend it out to here. All right, boom, oops. See if this looks like anything at all. I don't know. I don't think that looks like a pelt. Gonna need a new reference image. All right, let's leave it there. He's back. He's back. Python gets tied in knots, insisting everything be guessable on site. RTFM, baby. Read the fucking manual. Yeah, the only Python I've done is some Circuit Python stuff that I did with Calum. South by, you have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to work on this afternoon. I'm just going to get rid of it. May as well save that. Don't need to save that one. I'm going to trash pelt and scale pelt. All right. We'll find somebody to raid here. Thank you very much. Gaming with the chums. Hell yeah, dude. Anti-Ludane, thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, 7-ish my time, before the girlies go to bed. Hell yeah, Knights and E. Have a great one, too. Let's raid. Looks like Hypnotic is on. Get that raid message from Priscilla there. Crotuck is on. We raided Crotuck last time. Let's raid this guy. FPS from scratch, C++ and OpenGL. Let's just make sure he's still streaming. Looks like he's going. Okay. Nathan Baggs. We're going to raid Nathan Baggs. Thank you very much, everybody. We will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow evening. More game devin, baby. We'll see you then. Thank you very much, everybody.